ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, could the UK be the next astronomical superpower? Now, let's get into it. The new iPhone 15 lineup has finally been unveiled, and the Evening Standard's very own David Phelan was inside Apple HQ in California for the launch.
The design of the iPhone 15 is very gently tweaked from the iPhone 14. It has a matte glass back instead of shiny, and the edges are more curved, which makes it significantly more comfortable in the hand.
The latest devices include Apple iPhone 15, 15 Plus, 15 Pro, and 15 Pro Max. And as was expected, the new models do not feature its Lightning charging port to comply with new EU rules.
There was a bigger redesign for the iPhone 15 Pro, which for the first time uses titanium instead of stainless steel as the chassis. This makes it strong, but also significantly lighter than it was before.
Also at the event, two new watch models were revealed, Apple Series 9 and Apple Watch Ultra 2.
Both have a very cool extra where when you double tap your index finger and thumb together, the watch recognizes this and responds, pausing a timer or snoozing an alarm or hanging up a call.
To find out more, visit the tech section on the Evening Standard website. We'll leave a link in our show notes. Could the UK be the next astronomical superpower? Well, a group of MPs certainly hope so. The Science, Innovation and Technology Committee have launched an inquiry to boost our chances of leading international astronomy programmes, as well as showcase our potential. The inquiry will investigate our current capabilities and resources, as well as our access to international astronomical facilities and programmes, with the aim to see how much more we could achieve in the future. It will also explore astronomy's potential contribution to the UK economy. A respiratory health device that could help up to 3.9 million Brits has been named the UK winner of the James Dyson Award.
We perform chest physiotherapies and provide real-time feedback for mucus-related chronic respiratory conditions.
That's Yihan Dong, medical device design lead behind Plural, and a student from Imperial College London and the Royal College of Art in London.
So we use AI to analyze audio feedback to perform a very good management process for the users to understand their conditions. So in that case, all this unmanaged mucus will not cause breathlessness, will not lead to infection, exacerbation, and hospitalization.
The awards themselves are for international student design and aim to challenge young people to create or invent something that solves a problem. For Yihan, she was personally invested in helping people who have these types of respiratory issues after a family member suffered with mucus after having COVID.
We hope this intelligent analysis can provide the most effective treatment and monitoring for patients to relieve and reduce infection risk.
The team say they hope the device could also be used to help people suffering from conditions such as asthma, cystic fibrosis, and bronchiectasis. Now, it looks like the Mario Kart Tour mobile game has crossed the finish line. The game, based on Nintendo's hit racing series, will stop getting new content from the 4th of October. While the game will continue to remain active, it won't receive new courses, drivers, karts, or gliders following its current battle tour. Players learned of the phase-out through a message shared by the title's developer. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, a piece of shoe history for you, and it turns out old robot dogs need forever homes too. Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. A study suggests that depression and the risk of depression are linked to different inflammatory proteins in boys and girls. The research, led by the Institute of Psychiatry, Psychology and Neuroscience at King's College London, investigated differences in the relationship between inflammatory proteins and depression. When inflammation occurs in the body, proteins called cytokines are released into the blood, and higher levels are associated with depression in adults. Researchers found that different cytokines were involved in depression risk and severity in boys and girls. They hope the findings will ultimately lead to the development of more targeted treatments for different biological sexes. It seems like us humans have always had a bit of a thing for shoes. Fossil tracks discovered in the Cape South coast of South Africa could likely be the oldest evidence of ancient human ancestors wearing footwear to tread across a vast landscape. Researchers, including those from Nelson Mandela University in South Africa, say the tracks may have formed from around 70,000 years to more than 130,000 years ago. On this coast over the last 15 years, archaeologists have uncovered over 350 vertebrate tracks, including those made by horses and some humans either walking or jogging barefoot, as evidenced by toe impressions. And finally, old robot dogs in Japan are also looking for forever homes, as Sony launches a foster program for people to adopt some of its pre-loved robots. This includes Aibo, a series of robotic dogs that mimic a friendly pet whose personality and behaviour evolve over time. And there have been a number of updated versions since its first release back in 1999. The foster program will help owners donate the gadget to a worthy cause, such as medical facilities, nursing homes, and other organisations to provide emotional support. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.